Whatever, taking a stand is not like getting into a stand, not taking a position. You see, taking a position is like a resolution. Taking a stand is like opening up a possibility. So take a stand for that, it makes a difference. Listen, to take a stand for that it makes a difference does not give evidence that it makes a difference. The stand doesn't stand on evidence. When one takes a stand, that's not like becoming resolute or taking a position. The stand is not based on evidence. It's not based on feeling. It's not based on revelation. It's based on nothing. It has no legitimacy. It has no justification. It has no right, has explanation. It is simply the place where what you've taken a stand on can appear. It becomes the space of the presence of that on which you took the stand. And even its presence will not provide an evidence or proof. So I want to get clear that this domain is not given to you. Society does not turn this over like society turns it over. Like this. You don't get this by being born. Like you get that. You get this if and only if you create it. You take the stand for it. Put in this ability, it possibilities that who you are is the taking a stand, that you are the stand you take. Don't try to follow that or use it. It doesn't make any difference following whys you're interested in the future. I'll tell you about the future. It will look like the past, only different. Because the future brought out of the vicious circle will certainly be different, but it will be a product of the vicious circle. This train will wind up where it's headed. This is the domain of getting out in front of the train and being able to lay the track out in front of the train. Everything else is just going from the right side to the left side and back again. Any idiot can walk the path when shown it. But in this domain, there is no path. The path is made by walking. You're literally out in front of your life. It is happening in you. And that takes courage and it takes openness. And you see, if you hear what I'm saying to you like an answer, what I've said to you hasn't made any difference, because nothing in this domain is ever going to make a difference. Even if you're inspired, doesn't going to make any difference either. No difference for a while. Go back in the vicious circle and you begin to doubt it. To get it back, you have to be trusting, open, trusting. That's hard. But to really master it, you will need to be willing to create, to bring forth. You will need to be willing to take a stand. But you can't create and you bring for unless you take the stand. So stand that you are. So this does not have a point. This does not get summarized, but I do want you to know that it's very clear to me that this thing called life was designed to work. Real clear. And I've examined the breakdowns very carefully. I know about the breakdowns. I've examined them carefully. I've had a lot of opportunity to examine them, been able to get very deeply into people's lives. I've been privileged to go deeply inside the workings of countries and organizations, and I've studied a lot about society, its working, and I know there are breakdowns. It's real clear to me that every one of the breakdowns in this planet on which we live trying to work. It is the planet on which we live. Couple quick things. This is a quote from Chiswav Miwash. He says, "For many of my contemporaries, the devil is the inventive, coldly logical mind, as well as creator of technological civilization by which you are increasingly elevated and oppressed. For me, however, the responsibility for our misfortunes is not borne by intellect, but by intellect unenlightened, insufficiently rational, not non rational, cutting off from those gifts of ours, grace or attachment to value by whatever name from which it should be inseparable." This is from Critical Path, Buckminster Fuller's most recent book. From the introduction, this book is written with the conviction that there are no good or bad people, no matter how offensive or how eccentric to a society they may seem. I am confident that if I were born and reared under the same circumstances as any other known humans, I would have behaved much as they did. I don't have any good or bad people. You and I didn't design people, God designed people. What I am trying to do is to discover why God included humans in the universe. I'm trying to find out what God permits us progressively to know and preferably to do if we human beings are to continue in the universe. So it seems that what Bucky's trying to say is that this sucker is designed to be like you, and I have a right to expect it to be. And he is committed to discovering what's missing. The breaks when you begin to see what's missing. Breaks when you begin to see what's missing are simply what's in the background coming forth, letting us know what needs to be handled. Living life at the level of taking a stand demands of us certain attributes. We talk about what is possibly. The most fundamental of these is the last section. This domain exists by virtue of the quality courage, and if trust is difficult, courage is way more difficult. Oh wait, I mean real courage. I mean existential courage. I don't mean courage like when it's all over, no one knows you were courageous, where there's no credit for it. We don't even look good when you do that. That's what I mean by courage. No evidence, no feelings, just courage. I'm going to read you some quotes. This is by Amelia Earhart. She said, "Courage is the price that life extracts for granting peace. The soul that knows it not knows no release from little things." This is from Pablo Casals, being reported on by Norman Cousins in his book, Anatomy of an Illness. Cousins met him for the first time in Puerto Rico just before Cousins' 90th birthday. By then, the maestro had a number of infirmities. that made it difficult for him to dress, to walk, to breathe, even to unclench his fingers. Yet several times Cousin saw the affliction simply drop away at the piano and the cello at the approach of some young people making a film that he had something on overriding importance to do. Now, quoting, he says, the answer to helplessness is not so very complicated. A man can do something for peace without having to jump into politics. Each man has inside him a basic decency and goodness. If he listens to it and acts on it, he is giving a great deal of what the world needs most. It is not complicated, but it takes courage. Takes courage for a man to listen to his own goodness and act on it. Dare we be ourselves? This is the question that counts. All right, everybody, the best one. Peace and love. Bye bye.